All right, welcome back, Alpha Hunters. It's a very wonderful Hump Day Wednesday today. Let's see what we got going on. And we had a very solid gap up here today. Ooh, 0.5% of a gap up, half a percent there on the open. Looking very strong on the SPY. Currently up about 0.6%. And there you go. The Q's Tech World seems to be leading it, and really they are leading it. As tech is currently up about 1.25% there, and they did have about a 0.9% gap up on the open. So the Qs and tech are running pretty strong today. As far as the IWM, yeah, we saw some pretty good action here yesterday, but not today. We see a little bit of a gap down, kind of a hangout there to the start of the day, and then drop off here. Really over the past hour. So currently down about 0.75%. We'll see what happens, but they did have a great day yesterday. Makes sense. There's maybe a little bit of pause, a little rest, a little rotation. Makes some sense, I guess. The DIA, nice little gap up, kind of traded sideways, not really doing a whole lot. Currently up about 0.15%. Our RSP currently up. They gapped up, but they sold down there very quickly. Basically sideways here the past hour and 15 minutes. Roughly negative 0.1%. Not really a huge deal as far as how the daily looks. Yeah, I mean we got a little bit extended. Kind of what I was talking about here the past kind of couple days. Friday, Monday is kind of looking for an early week, little quick pullback. Obviously didn't happen yesterday. Still a lot of people trying to understand what's going on with the new administration policies coming in and stuff like that. So people would rather be in the market than not currently. And it kind of makes sense as you don't want to miss upside. And you can always reduce risk later after you kind of figure some things out. So kind of is what it is. I'd just be looking for any kind of quick pullbacks on some things. And probably just continuing to ride the wave for now. DIA, yeah, looking pretty good there on a little bit of a gap up. Nice little extension yesterday. IWM kind of had that breakout. So this is kind of looking interesting here. So as we were just kind of talking about, I look for these pullbacks. So we got that little continuation higher yesterday, but we're getting that little bit of a pullback here on the IWM today. So if the IWM remains a little bit weak here, maybe it drops off a little bit more by the end of the day. I would say it's not bad to be looking for a position right here. But if we do get a quick little wick lower, maybe tomorrow morning, a little whoop, little bit of a lower move. Yeah, I'd have probably an order ready to go. That's if we don't get down, maybe just like these the wicks that we put in back in early January. Maybe that 50 EMA kind of thing. If we don't get to those areas today, I'll look for that very quickly tomorrow. And yeah, that's about what I would be looking for. The Q's looking pretty good. Okay. Been kind of struggling the previous couple of trading days. Not struggling, but not performing as well as some of the others, but running pretty good today. So we're seeing some pretty good rotation here. Other than that, yeah, looks pretty solid. Yesterday was a pretty good day to be buying that dip on the Qs, as we saw some pretty good bearishness to kind of start out the day yesterday, first 45 minutes. And there you go. As far as the SPY, yeah, SPY has kind of been the joyful spot, as it hasn't been the one that's been ripping it every day, but it's been kind of the benefit of the heavy weighting of tech, but also the kind of larger areas of non-tech that have been working, like the RSP. RSP has been working pretty good over the previous couple of days. So the SPY was actually doing okay, not crazy, but today the Qs and tech are doing really good. SPY is still benefiting from that. So SPY is still looking fine. I'd be curious to see if we start to slow down here soon as we approach the all-time highs. But if we continue at this pace, we'll be there tomorrow. And yeah, we'll just see how that goes. As far as the VIX. Oh yeah, just kind of hanging out. It's in the mid-teen area. I mean, it's not Not in any way, shape, or form concerned for any kind of major bearishness right now. Interesting. This is an interesting look here on the dollar. So we had that pretty good breakdown there on Monday. Yesterday we had a little bit of an upper wick come in, which is very concerning when you see these two candles kind of back to back. Where you see that breakdown, then you see that inside upper wick, pretty large upper wick, come in like that. Man, it's kind of a scary look there. Not really a scary look, but it's definitely a bearish look. So, I would have some. I would be definitely watching out for this one, maybe to roll over. If we can't get on the horse and get back going higher, and I think yesterday I kind of talked about, if we can just kind of settle out sideways and go higher. So if we can kind of get that consolidation, it's going to set up pretty good because I think the bearish play might even be somewhat decent just from that look right there. So yeah, this might be a pretty good area to watch if we can get some consolidation between these moving averages. As far as the GLD Gold Trust, yeah, continuing higher. Gold, man, it's so precious. Gold is precious. Yields, 10-year yield. Looking like I had a quick snapback to start the week from, second half of last week. Kind of has some similarities to the dollar, but I want to see what happens. But this is that area that we kind of talked about before in history where we kind of ripped it up to a level and then we pulled back to roughly this level. So be curious to see what happens. And right now we're looking like we are going to bounce off of this. But if you are trying to play this in any way, obviously you're probably having some stop losses or some kind of alerts and triggers below the low of Tuesday, since we're getting a bounce there. So we're getting the bounce there on the yield side, and obviously that's going to be more on the bond side. So you probably are having some alerts or stop losses or something like that, since we are obviously bouncing or rejecting, I guess, on the bond side, but bouncing on the yield side. HYG, though, high yield corporate bonds, yep, a little bit of a bearish engulfing right now. We'll see what happens by the end of the day, but they did pretty strong move here over the past week. This could be a pretty good breakdown that we had in December. ABC correction. Maybe we go lower here. LQD, quick, fast retest higher, which is really kind of interesting about this move that we did have is today's wick on the LQD. We actually took out this wick back from Friday, December 20th. So we actually came all the way up, took that. Wonder if that was like maybe a stop loss hunt by some market makers. That'd be interesting. Anyways, LQD. I think you're definitely, if you were looking for that retest, maybe to take that bearish. I think clearly you probably have stop losses above today's high. TLT dropping off a little bit. Yeah, you probably have stop losses above yesterday's high on that wick. Possibly even just put it above December 31st. As, kind of came into those areas of previous kind of support and resistance area, especially, yield side, kind of pulling back, making some previously same pattern, same movement. So, yep, going to be interesting. I think right now you're probably seeing some kind of rejection at that level. And so I think you're going to play caution on anything above that level for now until we see something different. But just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to play it as market's going to repeat itself, which it does a lot. As far as sector rotation, we are seeing tech lead the way. Nice. Communications also doing very well. Discretionary, staples, healthcare, industrials underperforming. Materials underperforming a pretty good amount. Financials and energies are underperforming. And real estate and utilities at the lower end of the day Okay. As far as intraday price action, utilities really kind of dropping off there. Got hit pretty good there on the open. And then you got real estate, financials underperforming, energies, staples, industrials, materials also lagging there. Kind of in line with the market, discretionaries, communications, outperformers is tech and healthcare intraday being bullish. Okay. Even though I guess they just didn't get the benefit of I guess they got really more of a benefit of a gap down. Really, not a benefit, but it's basically what happened. But they got bought up. So there you go.